Hi everyone, my name is Phil and welcome to Phil Does 3D. I'm a multimedia and 3D artist and I stream live on Twitch on Mondays and Tuesdays at 5 PM Pacific time in the US, which is midday if you're in Australia or 1 AM if you're in the UK. I hope all you guys and girls are well. Okay. Euro, it's good to see you. Hellforge, thank you. That's the Discord link. If you want to join the Phil Does 3D Discord, click that link that Hellforge has just popped into Twitch chat. We're going to be working on a game called The House in the Hollow, which you can wishlist now on Steam by clicking the link that Hellforge popped in Twitch chat as well. Good morning to you as well. Copy time. It's always copy time. And Smurfberry, it's good to see you, Smurf. It says that counter was at 0 for more than 1 second. I know it was. Time got away from me this morning. Here says Southern Hemisphere time dilation. That's right. Okay. Just let me close this down over here. I'm still having problems with my Firefox browser. I've may even uninstall it. Okay, so we're working on the House in the Hollow game. We're working on the sitting room. The sitting room for that game. We started doing that yesterday. We'll continue doing that today. If we jump into Unreal, we have our sitting room here. Now I do have to do the floor, which I want to do today because I like to have the floor in before I start putting the furniture in. So even though there's not a lot of room in here for us to add much more furniture. Hellforge says, finally managed to be awake on time. Yes, I know it's very early for you there, Hellforge. I do appreciate it when you're in the chat. I know it's very early. Anyway, you're here. That's the important thing. You can stay up later than I can tell you that. 2 AM. Oh no, I usually make it till, I can make it till about 2 AM working, but after 2 I'm pretty much done for the evening because I get up at like 6:30. So. Android Lust, it's good to see you, Android Lust, as well. Euro says it's 1:05 here. Wow. Yeah, because I work on American time and like it's 5 o'clock on the Pacific time in the US, and I think it's about 8 or 9 o'clock on the other side of the US. I know it's really late for you guys in Europe. Oh, well, what can I do? I try. US time is what I tend to work on, unfortunately. Which means it changes for me in Australia all the time as well. Like I used to start at 10 AM my time. Now I start at 12 PM my time because of daylight savings and all that sort of jazz. So. And I'm a day ahead of you, so I'm coming to you from the future. Remember. Okay. All right, what are we doing? Okay, couple of things. We need to add a grate for the fireplace and we need to add a floor before I start doing anything more. Time zones suck, Android Lust says. They do. Yuri says, me too. It's quite often I'm on US time. It depends what client I'm working for. Oh, the all-seeing eye. Smurfberry's got the all-seeing eye going. Better watch out. What we're going to do is we're going to jump back into Max. Now, we do have other bits and pieces for this room, but I don't want to set it up too much until I've got the floor and things in, so we're going to jump into Max. Now, I have created this grill for the fireplace, which we're going to have to texture up. Also, this piece at the bottom, which are going to be tiles, because, you need something to catch the embers if they drop down. You don't want it to hit a wooden floor. Not a good idea. Hellwood said, spent about 12 and a half hours working today, took a nap with my headphones on and heard the intro music for the stream. Okay. That's good, I guess, that I don't change the intro music, so when you hear it, you know what it is. Smurf says, local grills near you? Huh? What do you mean? Local grills near you? Hellwood says, I love me some local grills. I don't get it. Phil's being thick today and I don't get it. Anyway, so what we can do is we can work on the grill and the tile, or we can jump to doing the floor immediately. Considering I got this open in Max, we'll do this. Oh, it's a meme. Oh, okay. Okay. You know you got to spell these things out for Phil because, you know, he's got an old brain and he's a bit slow. Oh, nice, Android Lust. I see that you posted another image in the gallery. I'll show that all toward the end of the stream. Remind me if I forget. For a minute I thought it was Buzz Lightyear, but it's not. Anyway, I'll check that out. It looks really cool. Remember, guys, if you're doing a post work in the gallery, please go ahead. Join the Phil Does 3D Discord, post in the gallery, and I'll show it up on stream. If you don't want me to show it up on stream, just tell me when you post the image and I won't. But I love looking at the stuff you guys make. So Helpwood says, how else are you going to throw a beach and barbecue party? Oh, yeah, no. Yeah, and look, I know the Weber barbecue and stuff is very big in Australia. We're a big barbecue culture here. You know, they love to get into the backyard, put the barbecue on and drink some beer. At least that's what I've been told. I actually haven't been to a barbecue for years. Sacrilegious. Can't call myself Australian. Helpwood says, there you go, okay. Android Love says, Buzz Lightyear, didn't think of that. Well, it just reminded me of Buzz because I only saw it in a little image in my Discord. I didn't click on it because I don't want it to pop up on stream before we're ready. But yeah, so it looked like Buzz Lightyear without his helmet on from a distance. Smurf says, man, I want some pit roasted barbecue now. Yes, well, I love barbecue as well. Look, I do like barbecued meat. Yeah, but I haven't actually been to a barbecue for quite a few years. Okay, we're going to send this over to Rhizome because we need to UV map it. Shouldn't take long, it's all pretty simple. And when we texture it up, we can reuse the texture, the smart material, call it what it is, the proper name. We can reuse the smart material recreated for the other grill, which is in this study. So we'll reuse the same smart material and apply it to this grill. And we just need to apply a tile texture material for the base. Android Lust says, all this food talk, now I'm hungry. Me too, and I haven't had lunch. I usually have lunch after I finish streaming to you guys, so I have a late lunch because I don't finish until about 2 p.m. my time. So I end up having, after I have a shower and stuff, it's usually about 3 p.m. by the time I get to have lunch. The suffering. And I'm hungry as well. And I don't like to eat on stream. I know you see some streamers who eat on stream. I don't know, I just don't like to do that. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I know that they have a food channel on Twitch where, you know, that's all people do is they eat food on stream. I find that a bit weird, but anyway. Euro says, I had a big fry up today. Many bacons were had. Oh, yum. I do love bacon so much. I haven't eaten it for a while because it's not great for you, but I do love it. I really, really, really do. Got to get me some bacon. Now you've made me hungry and craving bacon. Thanks a lot. Thanks for that, Euro. Wow. At least Sniper Girl's not here and tempting me with pictures of chocolate cake like she did last time in the Discord. You know, I told you guys I was starving and she started posting pictures of these lovely chocolate cakes on Discord. Euro says, no problem, bacon is superfood. Elford says, could have some bacon after you're done with the sitting room as a treat for finishing it. Well, I could. That's true, I could. Because I've been very good and I haven't had bacon for quite a few months now. But man, do I love bacon. I love it so much. So that might be a good option actually to treat myself to some bacon after the stream. Why not? Android Lost says, all right, now I've got to get me some food. Well, so you can get up and do that, and I can't do that while I'm streaming. Well, I could, but it'd be a very boring stream for you to watch an empty chair. Yuri says, See, I'm getting the blame for this, but I didn't start the food talk. No, you didn't. Health Board says it's my fault today for mentioning barbecue. Well, then you did start it. It is your fault. I'm just going to go through and I'm going to do these separately, even though I could select them all. Again, the program deals with separate pieces better than everything together. Odds are it might be okay with everything together, but you know, it only takes 2 clicks, so it's not really a big deal for us to do them one by one. Again, I'm using Rhizome UV to do this, which is a program you can either purchase or subscribe to rent, like the Adobe model that we all love so much. It is a good program. You don't need it. Any 3D program will do UV mapping. I just like it because it does it really quick. And I don't have to fiddle around by hand so much. Anything I wish this program would do is, these tools are only available in this selection mode, not in object selection mode. I really wish they'd let you select have the tool showing while you're in object mode. Anyway. Just a click, but it's still. Why should I click one more extra click? Wear out my clicking finger. Okay. Well, let's do this bit. We should probably be able to use the same tool here for all of these pieces, I would think. It should all work. Let's do the feet. I should create a batch file to do this for me, shouldn't I? Or a script, create a script to run through and do what I'm doing here with the clicking. Because you can, this software Rhizome actually has full support for Python scripting. So if you're a studio and you're so inclined, you could create a script to run through and do what I'm doing. Nura says, the folks I'm working for at the moment finally got another 3D person again, so next week my workload should be back to normal. You guys know, last year the studio, you guys know I work for an Archviz studio and a game studio now. And about a year and a half, would it be a year and a half or so ago, they opened up the Archviz studio opened up a second studio. And they sort of wanted me to oversee. They wanted me to do work for both of the studios, and it was too much for me. It was just too much. You guys know I ended up getting a little sick. I was just pushing myself too much. So it's not good when that happens. I'm glad they're hiring another artist that can help you out there, Euro, because, yeah, when you get overloaded with work, it's bad for your health. So yeah, they got me working for both studios. You guys know I got sick, and what does Phil do about a year later? But he starts working for another studio anyway. Anyway. I'm trying to work out whether I've told the Archbridge studio I'm actually doing work for a game studio again. I don't know if I have. They're going to know if they see my stream though, aren't they? They're going to know now. Yeah, I can't remember if I told them or not. It's none of their business, really. They're two completely separate studios. They don't overlap at all, so. It's in a completely different industry as well, so they can't complain about that either. Just some studios, when you work for like say you're working for an Archbridge studio, sometimes they can get a little bit narky if you go and do work for another Archbridge studio as well. I don't know what they think's going on, but yeah, some of them don't like it. I'm pretty sure the studio I work for, they would be fine with it anyway, but I haven't specifically told them I'm working for another studio. Once we've done the unpack on this, I'll jump back into Max. We'll do a pack in Max. You can pack in this program, but I tend to prefer Max. I think Max's packing tool does just a bit better job. Not that there's anything wrong with the packing tool in this program. I'm not saying that. Don't put words in my mouth. Helpboard says some people are just a bit particular in general. They are. And I've mentioned before, some studios are horrible to work for as well. Like, depending on who the owner and the directors are. And I've worked for a couple of horrors, trust me. Yeah, some people are just, they're as varied as people are in the world. So it really didn't like to unwrap this one very well, did it? Let's see if we can redo that with another one. That will work. Yeah. So some studios, yeah, the people that run them are terrible. And I've told you before, if you're working for someone who is not treating you well, then find another job. It's not worth it. I think we're UV'd up. There are a couple of things I want to change when I jump back into Max. It looks like I'm sticking through here with a couple of the feet, so I just want to fix that. Let's send that back to Max. I'm just going to isolate this so we're not distracted by everything else going on. And I'm just going to collapse my stack now that the UVs are over. And I'm just going to move these feet down a little bit so they don't stick through the top there. That's better. Ayura says, it wasn't really stressing me out. I just fear that due to them needing me to do the work of two people, my overall quality would be affected. Personally, I'd rather keep the quality than produce subpar work. Besides, they were having to pay me higher rates the past few weeks due to the extra. Helford says, just like in romantic relationships, don't stay in an abusive one. It'll destroy you long term. That's great advice, actually. Yes. Don't stay in an abusive relationship, whether it's, a personal relationship or a work one. Because if you let people take advantage of you, some people will. Just purely for the fact that they can. You know what I mean? I mean, generally those people are not very nice people to begin with, so you wouldn't want to work for them anyway. But there are people that will try and take advantage of you if you let them. And the Archbridge studio were good. They didn't say you must oversee the second studio as well as the current one. They asked me, and I said, I'll give it a go. I'll see how I go. But yeah, after a couple of months, it was just too much work. And the Euro makes a good point about quality. I've always said that it's you never, when it comes to doing your work, your 3D work, your artwork, whatever sort of work it is, you don't want to race to the bottom as far as making your work cheaper than everybody else's. That's a recipe for disaster. So it's quality over quantity is always the best way to go. Euro says, yeah, I knew the extra stuff would be short term, so no biggie, but it's better now that they have more than just me again. It is, and it gives you someone else to talk to as well about 3D stuff, Euro, so that's the other good thing. Not only is the workload better, but you've got someone that you can talk to about stuff. I'm sure there are other people in the studio that know 3D as well, but you know what I mean. Someone else that's doing the same sort of stuff as you is always nice to have around. Okay, we Now we've got to do an unwrap so I can do a repack. Actually, just let me make sure I'm not in sub-object mode here. Open the UV editor. Select everything. We'll go into this mode. There we go. I'll try Max's auto pack tool here. Should work. Everything's facing the right direction, so that's good. Let's turn off seams because I hate those green lines. Nira says it's all remote freelance. Oh, okay. They have weekly team meetings. I'm part of those, so we're all kept in the loop. Oh, I get it. Yeah, the only reason, yeah. Well, that's it's still good to have somebody else to share the workload, if nothing else. But when you actually do work in a studio, though, it is nice to have other people around you that are doing the same sort of work. Because sometimes you run into a problem and you need to bounce ideas off of somebody else that knows what you're talking about. So it's always good to have someone next to you or near you that you can talk to. That and the fact, too, that I know that when you work in a studio environment and you have people sitting near you that you can talk to about stuff, it makes the whole thing much more fun. Having said that, you guys know I work from home a lot of the time anyway. So I'm by myself most of the time anyway, particularly during the human malware thing we're going through. But I do generally have to go into the studio a couple of days a week for meetings and stuff, so I catch up with everybody then. Okay, we've UV mapped it. I repacked the UVs. Digitalis, thank you for hosting, Digitalis, and welcome. It's good to see you. How are you? How have you been? Are you staying well and healthy? Because, you know, you got to be careful now. It's good to see you, Digitalis. Okay, so what we can do is we can export this model now. I'm going to export it into my Fireplace Grate. Fireplace Grate. Let's just do a quick save to make sure we don't lose anything in case Max decides to crash. Although Max has been good. It has been good. It hasn't crashed recently. For a while on me, actually. And I don't have Substance Painter open. That's very remiss of me. I'll do that now. Digitalis says, working hard and looking for a new job. Did you leave? Well, that's not good. I hope you find a new job soon. It's always always a pain having to look for a new employer. Oh no. Digitalis says, I got fired a couple of months ago. That's terrible. I'm so sorry to hear that. Yeah, good luck on the job hunt, as Hellforge says. Matt does suck, as Euro says. Are you okay? I mean, I know it can be pretty traumatic when you get fired. Trust me, I've been fired in the past as well. Don't feel like you're the only one. Because, you know, when these things happen to us, we can often think, oh, it's all my fault. So I've been there. I know what it's like. I know it's not nice. Digitalis says, yeah, it wasn't nice. Bosses were very disrespectful. They always are. when the last time I got fired, they were rude as they went out of their way to be as nasty as they possibly could be, which in a way was nice, because I thought to myself, thank God I'm not working for these people anymore, because they're obviously nasty people. So yeah, just try and have like water off a duck's back. Don't pay any attention. These people are just arseholes to begin with, which is why I say to you guys, don't work for arseholes. You're going to come across them because, they're everywhere, but you're better off not working for those sort of people. But I know it's not nice to go through, so hang in there, you will find another job. Digitalis says, I hope one day it bites them in there. Funny story. The company that I worked for, that I got fired from, this was many, many, many years ago now. They're a games company, actually, based here in Melbourne. And it wasn't just me that they let go of. Basically what happens generally with a lot of game studios, it can happen with film as well. They hire you to work on a project. So I was hired to work on a game. The game then was finished and published, and they were meant to be working on a second game. But I don't know what happened. I think they might have been in financial trouble because they actually got, I had to let in a bank manager. I think they were trying to get a loan to pay payroll, which is a big red flag if you work for a studio and they're borrowing money from the bank to pay the payroll. So I think they were trying to do that, and that fell through. And the day that they fired me, they fired like half of the studio. So, and generally with game studios, that can be a problem. They hire you for a project, even though you're meant to be hired full time. The project is finished. They don't have something lined up quickly enough. They start running out of money, and then they go on a firing spree. So. But yeah, look, and I understand that. Look, that's fine. I get that. It's a business. If they can't pay you, then fine. What are they going to do? But the way that they fire people is a big red flag. And these people were really, really rude and nasty about it. So that, and they don't exist anymore. The long story short, which is where I was trying to go to begin with, that studio closed down. Now, that's basically what happens if you treat your staff badly. They will either leave, or word of mouth gets around, because the industry is not that big, and people talk to each other generally in the design field, the 3D field, the animation field. They all know each other. They all talk to each other. If you get a bad reputation as being a company not to work for, good luck trying to find staff. And if you can't find staff, you're not going to be able to get your projects done on time, so you're going to go bankrupt and close down. And that's what happened to them. So they got their just desserts in the end anyway. So yeah, try not to let it affect you, Digitalis. Euro says, I've never been fired. I walked out of a job before, though, a long time ago. Well, the interesting thing is that I was about to leave just before they ended up firing me anyway, because a good friend of mine that I was working with, he was an animator, who worked for the studio, went to work for another studio, another game studio, and I'd actually already been being interviewed by the other game studio because I wanted to work with him again. So yeah, I don't know. So I was generally due to leave anyway, but I didn't do it in time. They ended up firing me before I got there. But I did get to go and work for the other studio anyway. And that was No, not the bad one. The good one was THQ. So after that terrible game studio that fired me, I went to actually work for THQ, because that's the studio I had been sort of interviewing with prior to me being fired from the other one. So, Digitalis says, in the meantime, I'm pushing my portfolio. Well, that's the best thing to do. Make sure that you update your portfolio to all the latest pieces you've made that are good, and just send it out there, and, that's all you can do. Android Lost says, a loan to pay your workers. Yeah, look, if you ever hear that the studio you're working for is taking out a loan from a bank to pay payroll, that's a big red flag, and you should be looking for another job immediately. That's bad management if a company can't make payroll without taking out a bank loan. That's a slippery slope when they start doing that. And you guys know the Archbishop studio I work for now, I've been with them for like 8 years, I think. About 8 years. And the game studio, well, of course, that's fairly recently because I got out of games development for a long time. And it's only with this game that we're making now that I got back into it again. So. Yuri says, that's a get the hell out of Dodge red flag. That's right, it is, if you've got to take out a loan to pay payroll. Helpwood says, copy and save. Good, copy. Digitalis says, yeah, it's sad to see bosses become, I won't say it because I'm supposed to be family friendly, because they started as artists 2 years ago. Well, that's just even sadder, Digitalis. If they started as an artist and they become an a-hole. You know, I worked in management for a long time. I've managed people in a lot of different jobs, in a lot of different studios. I always treat anyone that I have to work with respect, whether they're my senior boss or or a junior. Everybody is treated the same and everybody is treated with respect. Yeah. It's bad management to not treat people properly. And it ends up hurting the company in the long run because people will leave or you just won't get good work out of people if you're not treating them properly. And it's even sadder, like you said, if it's somebody that's come from an artist background to begin with, gets into management and then thinks, well, I can be a real a-hole and treat people like dirt. Well, you're not a good manager if that's the case, and you shouldn't be in management. Digitalis says they didn't pay my compensation after firing me on the spot because I had permanent contract. Well, that's even worse, man. Yeah, it's really hard. Superannuation, sometimes it can be hard to get superannuation as well from these companies that fold. They're supposed to pay it as you work, they're not supposed to not pay it, but a lot of companies don't pay the superannuation, at least in Australia, contribution until like the financial year, the end of financial year. And so if they go bankrupt prior to that happening, then they can get out of paying that super. And that's a fair chunk of your salary. It's like 10 or 12% of your salary in Australia that the company has to pay into your super fund. So yeah, there are a lot of dodgy studios around that do really dodgy things. So I'm sorry to hear that, Digitalis. Smurf says, I survived like 2 to 3 rounds of layoffs with a company when a company was circling the drain. I got let go on the day they finally let everyone remaining go. There were like 3 people left after that, the CEO, the CFO, and 1 producer or something like that. Yeah. Well, like I said, when I was fired, they fired half the studio, basically. So everyone from art to programming, basically half the studio I let go on the same day. But it's still not nice to go through. And like I said, I understand that it was the way they did it and their attitude, and because they were really nasty about it. You don't have to be nasty when you're firing someone. But these people were just not nice people to begin with. It was a man and a woman. He was the CEO and she was the CFO. They both owned the company. Yeah, and they were both not very nice people, basically. I don't know where they are now, but I do know the studio is gone. Dead as a dodo. Digitalis says, so I sued them and they ended up paying. Good on you. Yeah, you sue these buggers if they don't pay you what you owed. Smurf says, then a few months later they called and wanted me back after I was already at another job. Smurf says, LOL, no. Yes. Sweet revenge, isn't it? When they fire you and then they want you back? Well, too bad. They burnt that bridge. Why would you go back to work for them? I mean, really, why would you? I'm not a masochist. I don't like to be put in the same situation multiple times. Why would you want to go back and work with those people again? Where are we? Sitting room. Fireplace, great. Fireplace. Before I do that, I actually just need to check. I did make a smart material for the fireplace. Because I can't remember. And if not, then we'll load up the project and I'll save one out. Fabric, no, it does not look like I did. So, But first things first, let's open up the fireplace grate project we created. Where did I put that? It would be in the study, wouldn't it? Chosen. Fireplace, maybe here under the fireplace. Fireplace grill, that's the one we want. Yes, created with an older version because I updated Substance Painter. I understand that Substance. And this is not the one I wanted. Let me have a look. That's not the one I want. It's not the fireplace. Hellforge says, funny how it's always the staff who actually make the project that gets canned first. Who actually makes the project that gets canned first instead of the fools in management who take the company to start with. Yeah, I know. It is. That's because, you know, those people generally think, how can I ever do anything wrong? It must be the staff's fault because things aren't working out properly. Like, right. Fireplace grate. That's the one I want. Euro says that happens in every industry, unfortunately, Hellforge, and Hellforge says the Euro seems like it. It just doesn't make a whole lot of sense, however. Yep, he is right. It does happen in every industry. Okay, we need to group all of these together so I can create a smart material. I didn't realize at the time that I had to actually make another fireplace for the other room, so I didn't save it as a smart material. So we're going to save this as my fireplace. Great. And create smart material. Just wait for Substance there. Come on, you can do it. There we go. Now we can create a new project. Sitting room, fireplace grate, compute tangent space, discard the old one. Let's bake out our maps. I was going to actually do a low to a high poly bake here as well, so again I'm just going to cancel that. And I'm going to say jump back into max. And even though it probably doesn't need it, we do have really hard edges here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw down I'm going to duplicate it. We'll select the duplicate we just did. I'm going to throw down a chamfer. And we'll go to 2 or 3 levels. Digitalis says, yeah, the bosses don't realise it's the artist doing all the work. Yeah, I know. Let me just remove this unwrap. We don't need that on the copy. I'm just going to rename this one Grill HP for high poly. Now we'll do a chamfer. Now this chamfer is not behaving the way it should be. Okay, we'll do it another way. The chamfer is not giving me the look that I want. Let's have a look at Turbo Smooth is not doing it either. Let's try Mesh Smooth. Mesh move. Actually, I I know what's going on. I can't see it because it's inside. It's a copy of the other one. So basically, we're going to go into isolation mode so I can just see that one thing. I'm thinking, why is it not doing what I want it to do? Might be worth a save as well. Yes, we will save just after I fix trying to do this high poly version. Thank you, Hellforge. There's a Discord, guys. If you're new to the channel and you want to join the Build.studio Discord, click that link in Twitch chat. And if you want to wishlist the game you see me working on Steam, you can click the link in Twitch chat as well. Hellforge says, don't need an unwrap on the copy. Seems like I'm not the only one who's a bit tired. Did I say on the copy? Digitalis says, I posted a work in progress of my drone on the Discord. Cool. Oh, very nice. I'll show that toward the end of the stream as well, Digitalis. I want to show Android Lust's image as well. So just before I close off today, I'll show you your drone because it looks super cool. Very nice work. If you guys don't want to wait for me, jump on the Discord server and you can check it out before I show it off at the end of the stream. Android Lust says, speaking of tired and caffeine, I've officially kicked energy drinks. I actually feel less tired now. Good on you. I mean, those energy drinks, to begin with, I think they taste awful. I personally can't drink them because they just taste disgusting. But good on you for kicking them because, you know, you shouldn't take energy drinks if you don't need them. Well, you shouldn't take them anyway because they're not good for you. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm not doing a very good job of it. So I'm going to go to, we'll try 3 levels here. I just want to soften up the edge there so it wasn't quite so hard. Now look, we're not going to see this, we're going to be looking at this from a distance like that in the game anyway. Maybe that close, but no closer than that. So you're generally not going to see a hard edge anyway, but hey, it takes 2 seconds to do, so why not do it? What we're going to do is we're going to bake it down in Substance Painter. Smurf says, sweet to Android Lust saying he's kicked energy drinks. Yura says, I gave those up years ago, Android Lust. All that extra crap in them isn't good for you. No, there's a lot of sugar in them as well, so... Digitalis says, sure thing. Hellforge says, nice one, Android. Now you can get back to coffee and tea like a normal person. Android Lust says, it was heaven in a can, but I was relying on them. Digitalis says, don't understand the point of energy drink. I didn't like the taste of them. They're awful. Digitalis says, they don't taste good. They don't taste good. I'm with you, Digitalis. They taste awful. Android Lust says to Hellforge, no coffee for me. When I was younger, my dad gave me black coffee and I never had coffee again. I can't drink black coffee either. No, it's too bitter. I gotta have milk in my coffee for sure. Black coffee, ooh, too bitter. Way too bitter. Let's collapse the stack here now that we've done a bit of chamfer. And let's export this version of the model. Calling it HP for high poly. Now we can jump back into Substance Painter and we can do a bake out. And we're going to load up the high poly version we just saved out. Oh wow, I really should do vertex coloring. Yeah, I really should. So always something I forget. Back into max. Let's jump out of isolation mode and let me just select the other grill, the low poly version of the grill, and go back into isolation mode. Again, I'm going to collapse the stack. We'll bake in our UV map. And the only thing I want to do vertex coloring on, I think, is the feet. So let's make those a yellow. I might also do a vertex coloring on the borders. So let's make them an aqua. And that means the rest of it can all stay the same texture. Okay, re-export it again as the low poly version. Back into Substance Painter. Edit the project. Reload the file. Bake out the map. Third time's a charm. Load up the high poly version. Yeah. Make sure our IDs are set to vertex color. And now I have a feeling because I loaded the high poly, it's going to try and find the vertex coloring from the high poly. I do not know why it does that. That is really weird. But we'll do a bake out. We'll see how we go. 2K. Okay. Wall space, ambient curvature, position, thickness. See, it didn't bake out the ID map. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to remove now the high poly because we don't need it. I'm only going to bake out the ID map because we don't want to overwrite what we've already done. Make sure our ID is set to vertex color. We'll just use the low poly as the high poly. And now we have our ID map, so that's good. And yeah, so we use the low poly, we use the high poly just to soften the edges of that grate, even though you're probably not going to see it in game because you're not going to get that close to it. But it was a 2-minute job, so. Andrew Dot says, you all just had the wrong energy drinks because we're talking about them tasting disgusting. Don't start though. No, don't do it. Look, you know, one of the things that I was a bit disappointed to see when, you know, Death Stranding, that video game, you know how there's that promotional energy drinks are in that game. Basically, it's a paid promotion from whatever company the energy drink maker was. I can't remember now. That to me is almost as bad as loot boxes. When you put something like that in your game to promote energy drinks, this is, you know, Death Stranding. Why? Why did they do that? It cheapens the game. It's all, like I said, it's almost as bad as putting loot boxes in a game, in my opinion. I was really disappointed to see. I can't remember the games company who made Death Stranding. It's a Japanese games company, but I was really disappointed to see that they put energy drinks in a game. I mean, what's sellout? I didn't like it. I didn't think it was good. Maybe I'm just old-fashioned. I don't know. Smurf says, oh yeah, the sexy sax song. You were talking about my music. I can't hear it. Hellboy says, maybe I'm the weird one since I drink straight black coffee. I can't drink black coffee. It's way too bitter. Euro says, I knew someone who died from energy drinks. That dude never smoked, never drank booze, as healthy as you could wish for, except he drank loads of energy drinks, and then one day his heart gave up. Those energy drinks can do really bad things to your body. I mean, there's lots of sugar in them, lots of caffeine in them. Look, just don't drink them. They're not good for you. Hellwood says, I can't drink normal milk. Oh, I love milk. I'll drink heaps of milk just by the glass. Love milk, particularly with Oreos. I can't drink normal milk, and the plant-based alternatives make the coffee taste a bit weird. Hellforge says, bake with vertex color instead of material. I did remember that. Euro says, by loads, you're talking anything from 8 to 12 a day. Wow, that's a lot of energy drinks. I drink about 6 cups of coffee a day, though. Android Dust says to Euro, yeah, that's way too many. Android Dust says, I was 1 a day. That's not too bad. Some energy drinks can get your heart racing even if you're sitting. Well, that's a good indication that don't drink them if that's what's going on. It's not good for your body. Euro says, yeah, I used to consume them if I got a call out from the power company in the middle of the night after a full day's work. Oh man. As soon as I quit being on call, I gave them up. The Digitalis says Kojima Productions is that's Death Stranding, I'm assuming. Smurf says, yeah, but other drugs are bad. But these drugs are good. Yeah, that's right. The hypocrisy in society. But yeah, I was just really disappointed to see that they put energy drinks in Death Stranding. I thought that was a real sellout, real cop-out. It's as bad as loot. Hey, Sniper Echo, as bad as loot boxes. Helpwatch says, don't take my drugs. I need them to function like a normal adult. It's good to see you, Sniper. How are you? We're talking about energy drinks, and we were saying how Death Stranding. I was saying how in Death Stranding you take energy drinks, and I was really disappointed to see that the games company sold out that way to put an energy drink in their game, because it really makes no sense. I mean, not really, not for the game. It really made no sense. It was just paid promotion. That's all that was, and they're bad for you. Energy drinks are bad for you. Let's rename our material here to sitting room, fireplace. Great. How goes it today, everyone? Sniper says, I'm doing good. I'm glad you're doing good as well. Android Lost says 8 to 12 energy drinks a day is too expensive, and not to mention what it does to your body. That's just terrible. Let's throw down the smart material now on the grate. Let's wait for Substance to think about it. Sniper says Monster placed well in that game. It didn't really fit it to be. No, I agree. It didn't. It was a cop-out. The games company should be ashamed of themselves for doing that. Because from what I gather, the game sold quite well anyway. It wasn't, I wouldn't have thought that they needed to take the money from that energy drink company to actually make the game. Look, I don't know, but you wouldn't have thought so. So yeah, I was disappointed to see that they put that in their game. Yeah, I thought it was bad. As bad as loot boxes, in my opinion. Oh, that's the wrong one. We're going to do that to that one. Elfwood says, tired as heck but alive. Hope you're alright, Sniper Echo. Yeah, I know he should. It's very late for him, I know. This one, what is this one? Oh, that's the feed as well. Okay, let's do a color selection to the feed again. We're going to go through these one by one because we did color selections because we're reusing it from the other grade. So okay, this one is, what is this one? I don't know, but color selection needs to be changed. It's gold, so I'm assuming it's to do with the feed as well. And I know this is painful, but we have to do it. We just got to go through them one by one. I don't think these ones have color selection though. In fact, I'm pretty sure they don't. Yeah, no, I don't think we need to go through those. This is the grate. So much selection. I've forgotten just how layered this texture was. I think we might be almost there. So many layers. Yeah, no, I think we might be okay. I don't think there are any more color selections here. Which is what generally when I do these, I like to put them on the group layer, the color selection on the group layer. Sometimes I forget though, and I put them down here where I shouldn't. Oh, because yeah, putting them on the group layer is much simpler than to go through and find them. No, I think we're good. Let's remove this layer from the bottom because it's just a blank layer. So many layers. Okay. I don't think I actually need to change anything. We can just probably save it out the way it is. So let's save it as. And let's put it in the sitting room fireplace grate. We're going to call it fireplace grate. Let's export the textures. We're going to put it there, and UE4 projects and models and sitting room and fireplace grate. And export. And save again. And back into Max. And exit isolation. And do a quick save. And jump back into Unreal. And import the model. Fireplace grate. We don't want the high poly version, we want the low poly version. I hadn't assigned a material to it, so it didn't actually bring one in. So let's create a new material. And call it fireplace grate underscore matte for material. Let me just rename it to SR fireplace grate. That way it'll pop it next to the actual model. Okay, let's import the textures. So we want the color map, metallic map, normal map, and roughness. Let's bring them in. So we've got the color. This one should be the metallic. That's got to be the normal, and that means this one's got to be the roughness. Apply. Save. Let's have a look at the model. That's not correct. Why is that not correct? Okay, it hasn't assigned the correct material, so let's do that. That's better. Let's do a quick save. Let me catch up with the chat. You're doing good. That's good to hear, Sniper. Android Lust says 8 to 12 energy drinks a day has got to be, it has to be expensive for sure. Hellforge says fell asleep with the headphones on and woke up by the intro music to the stream. He was talking about my stream. That's an alarm if any of Sniper Echo says yes, and copy. Assign the material, Hellforge. Yes, I know, I realised that after after a couple of minutes, Phil did twig that he hadn't had the material assigned to it. Hellforge says GGI. Good God. I'm just going to check the collision here. That's fine. We don't want the player to be able to walk into it anyway, so simple collision is fine. What I am going to do though is I'm going to do an automatic reduction down to by 60%. And we're going to do 3 LOD levels. And I'm going to manually select this green side. So we'll go to 0.26 and 0.16, I think. I'm just making sure there's no visual popping going on while it's doing its lodding. It looks okay. We can save that and let's bring it in. We need to rotate it. Well, let me just turn angle snap on here. No, it should be the same size. It should be all right. I was thinking it might be a bit small, but the size should be exactly the same because I modeled it around the fireplace. So okay, let's just do a quick save. Helpwood says, all good game. Good game, yes. Good God or good game. I hope whichever works. Unless you scaled up the fireplace. No, I didn't scale the fireplace up in the engine. It's at 1:1, so I can show you. Can you see that? Yeah. Yeah, you see the scale value is at 1. I didn't do any scaling at all. So this should stay at 1 as well. Okay, I'm not going to actually put a grill on this. Do you remember in the study we put like that fireplace? What is that called? That barrier thing that goes around a fireplace. I had a mental block. That shit. What's it called? That thing. Anyway, we're not going to put one of those here, which is why when I designed this, I designed it to be to be bigger than the other one, so it sticks out further. Because we're not going to have a grate. Don't they call the fireplace grate? Oh, I don't know. We're not going to have one of those anyway. It's going to be open. I want to make it open so that we can see the fire better. A fire guard, a screen. That's it, a screen, a fireplace screen. So in the study we have a screen on the fireplace that has, it's like glass. It's got different coloured glass and stuff in it. We're not putting a screen on this one. So I made the fireplace grill bigger so that we could see the fire in the fireplace in this room, just again to make it a little bit different from the one in the other room. I mean, the fireplace is different to begin with, but I just wanted the whole thing to look different because I want each room to look unique. So you call it an ember stopper? Yeah, look, I call it a fireplace screen and I call this a fireplace grate, but yeah, you guys know what I mean. That's the important thing. Let's now jump back into Max. We've done that. Let's just do a quick save here. I'm going to export the fireplace tiles and we'll take that into Substance Painter. Back in Painter, made sure we did a save. Create a new project. Select the tiles. Look, I'll do it at 2K because the engine's automatically, we set it up so it halves any texture you bring in. So, and now that we're doing level streaming, we don't have, our texture budget is not so restricted as it was before. So we can do 2K. I mean, it is quite a big section that sits at the bottom of the fireplace. But remember, when I bring it into the engine, it's going to automatically halve that to 1K anyway. Let's jump into our materials and let's see what we got here. We'll create one from scratch instead of using a smart material. Why not? Let's start with let's just have a look at a couple of these concretes. Maybe I'll just switch that off for the moment though. Let's have a look at this one. No, not that one. What else we got? Chip paint corroded. Concrete dusty. Let's have a look at that one. This is an underlying layer. We're going to be putting a tile layer on top of this. So this is just, yeah, I prefer the concrete dusty to that one. I might just make some adjustments to the size. We'll do it individually. Helpwood says, I call them bee thing that hurts like hell to stub your toe on, but we've already established that I'm a bit weird. Helpwood says some of them look really nice though. Yeah, no, some of them do look really nice, and you know they're there so that if you don't get embers popping out of the fire. You know, sometimes wood can pop, and one of those embers can pop out and land on the floor and cause a fire. So they're good to have if you've got an open fireplace. Unfortunately, I don't have an open fireplace, but if you do, you really should have a screen. Otherwise, you might go to bed one night and the place could catch fire. Helpwood says, what music is on that vinyl that's in the gramophone, on the gramophone that's sitting in the room? Well, funny story. I haven't actually, I don't know yet. I need to contact the composer that's making music for the game. I haven't told him that I want him to create a track for that record yet. And I don't know yet. The guys and I haven't really discussed what we want on the record. But the record is, again, part of the puzzle that you're going to have to work out to get something else in the game. I'm avoiding going into too much detail about the puzzle so that, you know, anyone that buys the game doesn't have any spoilers. But yeah, you got to play the record to actually trigger something else in the game. So, but as for what music, I don't know. The guys and I have got to sit down and discuss it. Then I've got to contact the composer and get him to actually create something, because he's in France. He's a French guy that is doing the music for the game. He's not actually in the studio with us. Andrew Lost says, become the Sims. I don't get it. Bill's having another senior moment here. I don't get it. Okay, this is an underlying texture. Let's look for a tile we can put on this now that's going to look interesting. What's this? No, we do not want that. That is terrible. I'm just going to delete the blank layer as well from the bottom. What else we got? No, we don't want that either. We can change the colour of this, but I don't particularly like the tile. I should have quite a few tiles here. It's something I've either made or have quite a few tile textures. Because I like me them tiles. Well, I use them everywhere. I use them in the bathroom. I'm going to use them in the kitchen, so I made sure I had a lot of tile materials. Andrew Doth says, wow, waking up to a fire because of the fireplace. Okay. Does that happen in The Sims? Does your fireplace catch fire and burn your house down? I don't play the Sim games. Hellforge says probably not possible since the licensing cost, but it would be pretty sweet to put on the vinyl and crank some Black Sabbath. Yeah, the licensing cost would be huge. Huge. No, the game, we actually, like I said, we have a composer, a French guy that's doing the music composition for the game. And he does a really good job. He makes some beautiful music that suits the game, and he makes it to whatever specification we ask him to. There'll be no Black Sabbath, I'm afraid. You and your Black Sabbath, Hellforge, I mean, really. Looking. I mean, it doesn't have to be tiles. It could be anything under the fireplace, but tiles is generally what you find there. Let's have a look at this one. Yeah, not overly fussed with that one. Let's have a look at this one. Maybe. I won't delete it, but I'll just hide it. What else we got? Maybe I won't delete it, but I'll just hide it. I have to make sure I don't use a tile we've used somewhere else in the building. I mean, I don't have to, but I prefer something unique. Hellforge says, more often than not, to be honest, it's a time-honoured tradition to kill your Sims by fireplace access. Android Lost says, if you place a rug in front of a fireplace, don't know if it happens in the current Sims games though. Hellforge says, listen man, don't hate because I got good taste in music. Hellforge says, besides, that's probably the softest thing I listen to since you're not a fan of heavy yet. I don't like heavy metal music, personally. I like all sorts of music, except heavy metal music. You know, I like everything from country and western to pop to opera to classical, but I just can't listen to heavy metal. Just the yelling. I don't like the yelling. Let's have a look at this antique white tile. Okay. This antique white tile. Okay. This antique white tile. Let's just turn a couple of them off so we're not getting confused here. And this antique white tile. Yeah, no, I don't like that. So, no to that one. No to that one. No, you don't like the honeycomb pattern on that one? No. None of them are really doing it for me. No to that one. You don't know until you try, until you put it on there and have a look. Snow says, this displeases G-War. Android Lost says it's not all yelling. Hellforge says Nightwish that I linked on Discord a while back is symphonic metal music with opera vocals. Well, I stand corrected. I'll have to pay more attention and find a couple of other sources. If it's not all yelling, well then some of it I'll probably like. Because I like all sorts of music except when they scream and yell. Seems to jump through a lot of them. If I'm using the mouse wheel, it seems to jump through more of them than I want it to. And it's really hard to scroll with this adjustment here at the side. So I'm probably passing up some that I didn't realize were there. I know what we'll do. We'll just pull this up a little bit more. Let's have a look at this one. Yeah, no, that's the one we were using. We tried that one before. We said no. No. Jump back up to the top. Just waiting for the cache to reload here. Smurf says G-War. Helpwood says I probably should have clarified that when I posted it, to be honest. Live and learn and all that jazz. Come on, Substance. Because there are so many substances, it takes it a while to recache everything. Okay, finally got there. There is something I'm looking for. This, because this gives us the option to change the pattern. I don't mind that. I don't. So what we can do is we can just make some adjustments here to make it a little bit squarer. Now remember, we're in a Deco Nouveau building, so Deco is very geometric, and that looks interesting. I quite like that. I'm going to remove these ones here that I was just trialing. We still have the cement underneath. It's not really going to do what I want it to do. Just remove that. Let's have a look at the smart masks. Let me have a look at this one. Actually, I want to remove that. It looks like it made a duplicate because we were doing a height blend. So I'm just going to remove that top layer. We want to work with this layer here. This one is not going to give me the look I want. Let's remove the mask. Copy while you wait. Good suggestion. What else do I got here? Let's look at the sand cavities one. No, it's not going to give me, it's not going to do it for me either. Let's try the dust soft edges. This one is certainly not going to do what I want. Let's try the paint old. Did I try this one before? I think I did. Yeah, I did. Okay, let's try dirt with soft edges. Yeah, again, it's not doing what I want it to. Okay, what else do we have? What about cavity rust? Yeah, not really. The reason the blends aren't really working is because it's such a flat surface. It doesn't really have any curvature, so there's not much for the mask to actually work with to do a decent blend. So I think what we're going to have to do, again, I'm going to add a white mask. I may have to try and get in here and do it by hand. Android Lost says bake as well. I did. Thank you, Android Lost. You are correct. I did not do a bake, did I? I completely forgot. Oh, man. Thank you, Android Lost. Yes, I did forget to do a bake out, which doesn't help. Now we don't need vertex color because we're not vertex coloring it, but we do need to bake it. Oh dear. But we still might not. We still may have a problem because it's such a flat surface. But let's see. Let's go back to our smart masks. Can't believe that. It happens, yes, it does. It happens to Phil a lot, though, it seems. Just one of those days today. But I'm still not sure whether we're going to get a proper mix simply because it's such a flat surface. Let's try the dust occlusion. Yeah, it's... We could probably use this one just to give it a bit of a dirt layer. Hellforge says it's just one of those days today. Android Lost says if I don't have a high poly to bake from, it happens to me. There is something I'm noticing here that we do need to do, and you see the edges? They're not UV mapped correctly, so we need to jump back into Max. And I actually want to put a, I want the edges to be a brass edging, because we already have a brass material in the game engine that we're using for other edges. So I'd really like the edge here to be a brass material as well, so just to match everything up. So I could do this a few ways. I could, let's try that. I was going to say we could just select the edges and then do a vertex color. So if we go and edit poly, just trying to see if I can get away with doing it this way. So we sort of take it up to maybe there. This is why I wanted to avoid doing it this way, because we have all of these small polygons on the edge that are a real pain to select. Oh, we're doing it this way. I guess it's better because we don't introduce any more polys. We can just assign a material just to these polygons without adding any more. Smurf says, imagine baking in substance. That's what I've been doing. Android Lust says, I still haven't bought Marmoset. Android Lust says, I used to bake in ZBrush. The normal at least. Thank you, Hellforge. And again, if you're new to the channel, you can join the Phil.3D Discord server by clicking that link Hellforge has just popped in Twitch chat. And if you want to wishlist the game you see me working on, click on that link that is in Twitch chat as well. I bet you I've selected the bottom again, and I have, so let's just remove that. Okay, let's remove the top. Why are you not letting me remove the top? Smurf says, God, what a sad state baking was like 10 years ago. I remember having to bake some things in Maya. I remember baking in Max. I used to bake stuff down in Max. Smurfery says shudders. Android Dust says, the only baking I knew of 10 years ago was from an oven. Hellforge says, if I wanted to show a piece I uploaded to ArtStation, would I post that single work in the gallery or the folio demo reel? If it's a single piece, probably post it in the gallery, Hellforge, but make sure you post your link to your ArtStation and stuff in the folio demo reel part of the server as well. Single pieces go in the gallery, as Smurf says. Yep, probably the best spot, the gallery. Now I'm just trying to work out why Max won't let me deselect that. So I'm just going to save this selection as sides and try and work out why would, that's very odd. Let's reload the selection again. It doesn't seem to want to let me deselect the top. I can select the top on its own. So why won't it let me deselect the top? That's really weird. It's okay. We'll do it this way. Max wants to be difficult. There we go. Again, I'm just going to create a selection set and call it sides 2, just in case I deselect it or Max does something strange, because you never know. I'm just going to temporarily detach this, not as a clone. That way I can select it. Hang on. That way I can select it. Let's assign a color of yellow to that. And again, I'm going to make sure the middle, let's assign a color. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, I think what I'm going to have to do is here, I'm just going to have to collapse my stack. That's better. You'll notice with the modifiers in the stack, even with an edit poly put on top, didn't give me access to vertex coloring. So let's make that a purple. And now we can reattach these together. And I'm just going to make sure that my vertex coloring has stuck. And it has, so that's good. Let's re-export this. I'm also going to reset the pivot on this as well to the middle and do a reset on the export just to be on the safe side. Helpwood says, cool, figured I'd ask since I wasn't sure with ArtStation links yet. No. Oh, cool, I see you posted. That gun looks sweet, Hellforge. I'll show that off soon too. So yeah, if you're new to the channel and you want to actually join the Discord server and show off your work, then do it. If you've got a link to your portfolio or to your ArtStation, multiple images to your ArtStation, throw that in the Folios and Demo Reels subsection. But if you're just showing one-off pieces of work, then throw that in the gallery. Helpwood says, so I don't just post it all over the shop and cause a mess. Saving copy, good idea. I've tried baking in Maya once. One time was enough. And Andrew Doss says, Sniper says that weapon is nice. It is. I can see it from here. Very nice. And again, I'll show it just before I close off today. So now we're going to re-export this piece one more time. And we're saving it as fireplace tiles. Back in Substance Painter, let's update the project configuration with that new export. That does mean we're going to have to bake out the map again. We want to... I'm going to throw these in a group before I do a mask with selection. And why did it not do that? Oh, because probably I forgot to change the ID map. Yes, to vertex color. And it still did not do that. Why did it not do that? Why? Why? Why are you doing this to me? Sorry, that's my phone going off over there. We have the colors assigned, so that's fine. I don't see a problem there. Edit poly. We exported the mesh. Sometimes when you edit the project configuration like this to reload up the model, sometimes Substance just still gets confused. We'll give it one more go, but if this doesn't work, then we're going to have to create a new project. So the ID, vertex color, that's all fine. No, I can see the ID map here. I know what it is. It's the UV mapping. So basically what I need to do is I'm just going to turn off vertex coloring. Just, what am I doing? So I'm going to detach this piece. We're going to do a unwrap on the UVs. Yeah, you can see they're overlaying each other. That's the reason that the vertex coloring is not being picked up. So we're just going to do a flattened mapping. It's going to be a separate material as well. So I don't need to worry about overlaying UV. So what I can do is I can just make sure that the edge border has a different color. This one will do. And then this one in the middle, let's just assign it standard color. Now we should be good. Yeah, now we should be good. So now I can reattach these together. We can re-export it again. Fireplace tiles. Back into Substance, update the project. Reload the model. Rebake the maps. So you see we have two now. The vertex color on the brass and vertex color on the material. Bake selected. Okay. And unfortunately it did clear out material completely, so let's just reapply that material again. I think it did it? Yeah, it looks like it did. Alright. Basically what I'm going to do, I'm going to create a new project here just to be on the safe side. Because we've already lost our material anyway. We didn't do much work, so it's not like we lost a lot. That one can be brass and this one is fireplace tiles. Bake out our maps one more time to the vertex color. Andrew Loss says, I love the scrap textures on the pump part. Don't know what it's called. Okay, so now we're in the tiles. Good. we want to throw down that cement again. Concrete, I think it was this one here. If not, this one will do. And then we want to throw down this one. We want to change it from fans to, what did we decide on? Is it octagons? Yes. There we go. Back to where we started. The reason I'm doing this is so that we can add brass edging around the edges here when we bring it into Unreal. We're not going to be texturing the edges up in Substance because I already have a material in Unreal we're going to reuse. Pardon me. We do want to throw down a smart material though. Sorry, a smart mask. Which one did we go with? Was it Dust 30? Was that the one that we were using? I can't remember. Let's get this at an angle where we can see it a bit better. I don't think it was this one. I'm pretty sure it was not that one. What was the name of that smart material that we used? What was the name of that smart material? Maybe it was Dirt Soft Edges? No, it was not that one. What about Dust Surface? Was it that one? It was not that one either. Andrew Loss says, but I'm not entirely sure if that part makes contact with the other part. Bad way of explaining that. What's that? Was it? I thought it was this one. Look, Surface Spawn. Let's go with Surface Spawn. Tried and true. Which may have been the one that we're using anyway. Helpwood says, I get what you mean. I'm not sure how tight the internals are for it. I'm not sure what you guys are talking about. So I'm using this just to add a bit of wear and tear on the tile. We don't need to get too carried away with these tiles. Again, I just wanted to add a bit of wear and tear here and there. I might just turn off the hide information for the underlying layer though. Yeah, I'll turn the normal off as well. I want the tiles to be a smooth marble. But we still keep that look of the tiles being a bit worn here and there. Yeah, I think that's better. Like if I turn the normal off, it just makes it look a bit better, I think. I might just see if we can't make some adjustments here. What I might do is I might keep the normal on, but I'm just going to pull back on the intensity a little bit. So we still keep some of the normal, but it wasn't not as strong as it was. I think that's better. Okay, let's save as. And we're calling this one Fireplace Tiles. Fireplace Tiles. We're going to export the textures. UE4 projects, models, sitting room, fireplace, great, has the tiles in it as well. But I'm going to turn off the brass because we only want to export the tile part. Make sure we do a save. Let's jump back into Unreal. Let's import the fireplace tiles. Let's rename this one SR Fireplace Tiles _ MHT for material. Right, so now we want to import the texture we just exported. So this one, this one, this one, and this one. Okay, let's hook them up. Color. This one should be the metallic. Yep. Metallic, normal, and raw. Save. Now the brass. Just looking for. Yeah. This one will do. Just going to open up that asset. Let's jump back here and open up the tiles. And we're going to copy over the brass. And save. And check collision. Simple collision is fine. Tries are only at 588, so I don't really think I need to do any lotting on this at all. We'll keep it the way it is. What? Halfwood says, I think this is the first time this stream that Phil has left the room. I thought you meant that I'd physically gotten up and walked away from the stream. You're right, it is. Let's bring in that fireplace tiles now. We will rotate them 90 degrees. And let's move them into position. Trying to remember how far back I had them. Let me look at Max. I see. Okay. Well, we can make it a bit different. I might pull them forward a little bit more, I think. But them actually being positioned in the room. Oh, we're probably going to have to move these up a little bit when we put the floor in. Okay, remember it's going to be hard to tell what it looks like till we start putting the lighting in, and I can't turn lighting on because there's no lights in this room and it will be completely black. There is one other thing I need to fix while I remember, but we might do that next week. So let's save our project. Actually, I can, let's save everything. Because I want to check out the work and show it on the stream that you guys have posted in the gallery. Okay, so we can probably delete this now because we're not using it. I like to just organize everything before we close down Unreal, so I'm just going to copy the materials into the correct subfolder. And also copy the textures into the correct subfolder. Keep everything nice and organized. Sitting room. That's better. It says it was almost a record about me not leaving the room. Normally it's 5+ times. Oh, you're also rude. You're going to get a fill slap if you're not careful. All of you will get a fill slap. Except for Smurfberry, because he's being nice. I want to show the images you guys posted. So we're going to start with Android Lust. Android Lust has been nice too. No, Android Lust is not. We're going to show the Android Lust image here. Of a character. That looks super cool. I love it. Yeah, I think it was this part here that reminded me of Buzz Lightyear. This top circular piece, because that's where his helmet would go. It looks really cool, Android Lust. I love it. Yeah, it looks really good. I love the texturing you've done as well. And as always, the silhouette, the pose is really cool. Yeah, it looks really good. Sniper says, "Say what? Who do I can slap?" Hellford says, "Smurf's only nice because he's lurking. Does this guy have a name?" Smurfberry says, "Yes, does he have a name?" Sniper says, "Who do I can slap even?" Sniper Erica says, "Autocorrect, I give up." Sniper says, "Somebody can me." Android Lust says Base Cannon. So is this the character's name, Base Cannon? Yeah, it looks really cool, Android Lust. Again, I love the silhouette. I love the texturing. I love the pose you put him in as well. Smashing into the speaker here. Very cool. As usual, you make your portfolio must be great because you've shown so much great character work. I'm always impressed by your work. Now, this is Digitalis's drone. We have a couple of images here from different angles. I'm just going to zoom in here. Very nice work, Digitalis as well. Lots of detail going on here in the model. So it would have taken you a little while to put all that together. It looks really cool. Yeah, I like the amount of detailing you modelled in. It looks good. Looks sweet textured up. But the modelling work is really well done. Sniper says, I cannot, I can, you want to make it difficult for me to read. You know I have a problem with the video at the best of times of the reading. Sniper says, I cannot ken or slap. What a year this is. Healthforge says, really cool work, both of you. Yeah, no, they do. They look really cool. And Healthforge has posted an image of, sorry, Healthforge. Did I, oh, no, I thought I'd missed you, but looks like, why did I post that? I posted Digitalis image by mistake in the Discord. Let me fix it. Let me delete that in a minute. This is a gun that Hellforge is working on again. It looks very cool. Just let me delete this. I didn't know. I was trying to copy the link and it looks like I posted it by mistake in Discord. There we go. Yeah, it looks really cool, Hellforge. Very nice. I like the distressing that you've got going on around the edges here in the metal. It looks really cool. I like the logo text you put in it. That looks really cool too. I think Sniper's having a stroke. Hellforge says. Sniper says, apologies, Phil. I've been trying to say ban, not can. Shoot me, please. Smurfberry says, and think you need to use the sleep. I think you need to use the sleep. Oh, you're all as bad as each other. Look at you. You can't type. Smurfberry says it's spreading. Android Lust says you're all typing like me. Again, beautiful work. Really nice modelling work. I like the texturing you're going on. I'm just trying to work out. The gun might look a little clean, it's like through these parts. I'm not sure if you've finished completely texturing it. Like the texture looks really cool, really nice, all of it. It just looks very clean, sort of through here and through here. Even if you didn't want to like dirty it up like you have here. But I could be wrong, because I can sort of see a two-tone colour going on. So it might just be, the angle of the light. Because I was just going to say, yeah, even if you don't want to make it like distressed like that, you could just duplicate the texture, darken one up, and then just do a bit of a mix between the two, just to give it a bit of, so it's not so clean. There's a bit of colour variation going on. Sniper says, before I joined this stream, like 5 years ago now, I could speak. I can no longer make that claim. Are you blaming me? Are you saying that I'm the cause, Sniper Wrecker? You will get a slap. Oh, Hellforge says there are 2 more pics. Oh, okay. Let me have a look. Let me see. I'm going to go to your art station. So this is Hellforge's. Oh, okay. Hellforge's art station. Yeah, I think it was maybe the light that I was looking at. Pardon me. Bill hasn't eaten and Bill wants lunch. You know, it looks cool. I don't know, it just still looks really clean. Andrew Lust says, not all guns have to be scraped across. No, that's true, they don't. And he has added a lot of distressing to the metal here. No, look, they look great. they look good. Again, beautiful work, really nice modelling work and detail that you got going on in the model itself as well. It looks really cool. I like this as well, actually. This little switch between fire and safe. All these little details really help to sell it. It looks really cool. Yeah, all of the detailing work you've got going on here looks very cool. Really nice work. Looks great. Yes, beautifully done. I like the 3 shots you've chosen as well as part of your ArtStation piece here. So we've got the side on from the front and from the back. Good choices. Yeah, beautiful work. All you guys have done beautiful work. Thank you for Safety Switch Android Lust. Yes. Thanks for letting me show them on stream, guys. Yep. Beautiful work from Hellforge, Android Lust. Let's zoom that back out so we can see it properly. And Digitalis. You've all done beautiful work. And yes, thank you for letting me show it on the stream. I think we might leave it there though for today, guys and girls. I will be back again, obviously, on Monday next week. We'll pick up where we left off with the sitting room. It shouldn't take us too long to finish because it's a really tiny room. So basically next week when we come back, I'll do the floor and then we'll just put the lighting in the room. And then after that, we're going to be moving to the kitchen. You guys take care, stay happy, healthy and safe. Try and avoid crowds. Make sure you wear your masks if you go out. Again, I want to thank you for being here and hanging out with me. I will be back again on Monday next week. You guys have a good weekend, and I'll see you all next week. See you guys.